Okay, here we go. I'll take you on a trip to the city today. Let's see. Start your engines. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. We're going to the city. What do we got here? Alright, here we go. Oops. Just let me hear now. Okay. The beautiful tree on the left, you can see it's half orange and it's half green still. Now, that's a big maple. Oh good, I get to listen to the rattle. We get to listen to the rattle of the cooler. I'm on my way to go get some shopping done here. There's the big hunters, 4 or 5 cars there. Big list of things to do today. And I should take a quick look here while I'm going down the hill. Feed meats, Dollarama. Okay, the bank. So, hopefully, ooh, that's pretty right there. This is a pretty spot down through here. Just a corner on the road. Lots of vibration here. It's a little weird that they took all the gravel from one side of the road. I sure don't think much of that. It's not a very good job. But he's got a job. And away we go. So it looks like the road survived the hurricane the other night. A lot of times when the big rains come, everybody's got to drive up and down the road to make sure they get a fair share of potholes. Yep. I see they got mail. So if they've got mail, we didn't get any mail because the flag's not up. That's a pretty location up on the right side here. And this is Oscar's Hill. So this must have been Oscar's house. Now Doran Ridge was established around the 1840s or 1860s. I think it's the 1860s. So it's just about 200 years old. And they have probably clear-cut this 4 or 5 times since the 1800s. I can't remember how many times they said New Brunswick's been clear-cut, meaning that they cut every tree down. But I'm not sure, well, when the last time was, but systematically cutting trees down and then letting the forest grow back up without spraying. Like all these beautiful colors are coming to an end someday if we don't stop this spraying of the woods. You see that green section up there? That's probably all tree plantation, just like it's going to be on the left here. This is part of the Irving's property here. And they spray here. Well, they say they only spray it once in 40 years, but I think that's a bunch of friggin' lies. These companies are getting a little nervous because there's a movement within New Brunswick called Stop Spraying New Brunswick, SNMB, that are trying desperately to get the government to limit the spraying for a start on Crown land. But the problem is when you've got a couple of companies probably owning in the neighborhood of 1 million acres that want to put tree plantations in, I'm afraid to say that there will be no more forest left. One thing I forgot to do, I was going to do yesterday, but I got all twisted around doing other things, is find out if we can drive through Burt's Corner here or not yet. So what I'll do, I'll go this way anyway to find out. Now, boy, the road is in great shape nowadays. This part. Since my wife started hounding on them, they've spent a lot more money up here than before. Like this little section of guardrail here. But the whole road needs to be fixed up down to the end. But I don't want to continually talk about glyphosate and the spraying of our forests, but it's pretty important. Because of the thousands of deer and every other animal, moose included, that needs the boreal or the Acadian forest to survive, it's being systematically taken away from them. Whee! Look at this, down the hill. Well now, that truck's got to go. That's just an eyesore sitting there. Oh, what have we got going on here? chatting. Let's hope they don't knock the frickin' power down. Get 3/4 of a tank of gas. So we're doing good here. That's a bit of an eyesore in there too. Oh well. Whatever turns you on. Put the rear window wipers on there, get the dust off of it. Normally when I'm on the gravel part of our road, I put the rear window wiper on, of which my wife doesn't. And by not doing it when it rains, all that dust on the back turns to mud, and then now it's stuck to the rear window. So if you leave the wiper on the rear window when you're driving on the dirt road, it keeps the dust off of it, thus the mud's not there either. Ooh, I see somebody's moving into that house. I don't know what they're doing there. Somebody went in there last year and stole all the wiring off of it, out of the house. I don't know, man. Crime. So, let's go down here. Over the little brook or stream or creek. And we'll head into Bert's Corner. That's a neat tree off on the right there. Grew up and then grew out at a 90-degree angle, then grew up and straight up again. Hey, and I don't feel too bad from all the tree thing I did yesterday and lugging that down. Tomorrow I'll split it up, and then I gotta try to remember to measure it so that I can figure out how much cord is. I've got a spreadsheet on my computer that tells me how much wood's in each row, so what I should do is whip up copy that piece of that spreadsheet out for the old woodshed and separate it from the big one now. Well, let's hope that we can drive through here. I see one of the young guys I'm on Facebook with. Him and his hunting party both got a moose each yesterday. Yes, sir. Garage sale. Well, looks like the road could be open, folks. So we'll come up here and we'll see if we figure out what they did. I know there was a chunk of this road here is like, you can see where the big trucks has been on it. Come on now, get off the road. Right here, this is where they fixed it. That's it. That's all they did. And they closed the roads down for 3 weeks. See these big truck here? On those real hot days in the 30s, the pavement gets real hot. These big trucks just put great big grooves into the road. So in the wintertime, they fill up with water, then they freeze, and we get a condition called black ice. So you go whipping around a corner, or you go to pass somebody, and you hit that black ice, and you'll start losing control of your vehicle. And it's dangerous. Oh, there goes a guy in a dirt bike. So, mail. This is off to the left. Here is where we get the guy who delivers the wood. Somebody hit a skunk. Oh, the corn. This here's the field where they took the top, on the left, took the topsoil away, recontoured it, because there was a soft spot in the field where the water wouldn't drain from. So they modified the field. And it looks like it didn't work because there's a couple of big ruts in where the soft spot used to be. They wanted to get it to drain better. I think all they had to do is bring in more dirt and raise it up. But no. Oh yeah, there's a guy who lives down here, down around here. Is the guy that's gonna put the turnips or something in our fields. He's gonna be the guy that hays it anyway. So I'm not sure. He's supposed to live around here somewhere. Well, that's a horse trailer up there. And this place here has horses, but I'm not sure if this is his or not. I don't think so. Oh well. Boy, I know the camera doesn't do us justice, but there is some pretty looking trees off to the left. Let's lower down. And it is 11:47. What a miss. That place was for sale here a little while ago. I can't remember. They want a lot of money for it. Doesn't look like it's doing any business either. I wouldn't mind having a high tunnel or a greenhouse on our property. So, yeah, let's go this way, left. More corn. Johnny's Gas Bar. There used to be a guy up here that I think it was an old fella right up here that used to build little trailers. Right in here somewhere. Which always wanted to get a bush trailer. So the way the tree went the other day was quite successful. It fell in the right direction out into the field to make it easier to pick it up. And I think there was only like 3 loads on that one tree. I'm not sure how many cubic feet that it will come out to, but we should be well along the way to getting 1 quart, although it's not split. But that'll fill up that one section for sure. And I got at least split them in half so that they'll dry. They don't dry very good if you leave the bark on them. Like those logs that I've got the firewood up by the cubby hole, by the entrance to the mudroom. Because the bark's on them, that only dries out on the end, but it doesn't dry out in the middle. But I don't mind that size. I could always split them with my splitter, but it's no big deal. I'm going to burn them just that way anyway. And I'll be making a video of the first fire inside the house on the way I light it using the top-down method, and it should stir a whole pile of comments, because people think that you have to build the fire from the bottom up. It depends. In a controlled situation like the fireplace with dry wood, you can light it any way you want. But to tell somebody that has a rip-roaring fire that he made one way, saying that it's wrong, when all you had to do is look at the video and go, oh neat, maybe I'll give that a try one day, is a lot different than giving a guy a hard time because he did something different. And the only reason I do it that way is, I tried the other way, and I had nothing but grief After all the kindling burnt, the logs above it fell on top of it and killed the rest of the fire. And the way I do it now, boy, it works awesome. So, I've got to go to the bank. I got to drop off something at Betty's. I've got to go and get some suet. I got to go to the Dollarama, Victory Meat Market, and Costco, and Need and Feeds in the bank. So, where the hell did they... Gosh, I put the goddamn freaking masks away. I better have one. Oh, another mail. It's not good. I got some awful cramps going here from the apple. Or something I ate. I wanted to point these two houses out. If you're following on where I'm going on Google Maps, I'm just right at the edge of the city here. And on the right, there's two beautiful houses there that they want around $800,000 or more for. Doing out in the road here, boy. If I had the money, that's where I would live. It's right next to this church here, on the other side of the road. Just back a bit. I know one person from the Netherlands, she will watch on either Google Map or some flight program, which I thought was pretty neat actually. I went and looked at it and I got some really good maps of Dorn Ridge, topographical maps that shows the contour lines of the property and stuff. So, I got to get some suet for the birds today, and they only have 10 pieces for $1 each, and hopefully they got some left. And when I go to Dollarama, I'll go buy some more. We go through about 20 suets to feed the birds in the wintertime, which is nice, that I could help feed a few birds. Again, we're going back to the spraying. Last year, after they sprayed, we had all kinds of birds dying in around where the dogs were. And they looked perfectly healthy. They didn't look like old, or they weren't missing feathers, or they didn't look sick. They were just poisoned by the spray that they say is safe for us. It's unbelievable. Alright, so we'll get to go fast again. This is kind of like, this is what they call the ring road. It goes around a large part of the city here. As long as I don't turn the car off, camera will stay running until I run out of memory. And I don't think there's I don't know how much I can record on a 60 GB card. Watch out here. A lot of times there's a really good bump. Looks like they fixed it. I don't know. Radio towers of some sort. Oh, construction zone ends. Well, that's good. See, they got some fixing up here to do too. Don't come into the city very often. So I think I'll go to Needham Feeds first and get that done. This is, I think, the second traffic circle they put in the city. Up here. And people sure complain, hoop and holler. And there's a lot of people that when they first come up to them, they don't know what the hell they're doing. But I think the large amount of accidents are pretty well done now. People have been conditioned. It's kind of like wearing a mask. And I'll try to put a mask on everywhere I go today. I know my hands, they feel different from yesterday from the chainsaw. They're not painful, but I can feel in my hands that they're not good. They're not right. This is all from the virus that I had years ago. 4 years ago. When I got out of the hospital 4 years ago, I had a hard time holding a spoon if it didn't have it wasn't built up, like, so it was bigger on the handle. And that was one thing. Then if I sat on the flush, I couldn't get up. Come on, get out of the way. There we go. We're through. That big building you see up on the top of the hill there, that's the hospital for Fredericton. And I was in there for 14 days, 4 days in ICU. I had hardly any blood pressure, and my heart rate was like 200 beats a minute for like 4 days. And they didn't know what was wrong with me. It was something that attacked my autoimmune system. And the lingering effect of it all is my joints. Like my hands, my feet, my knees, elbows, mostly, are still suffering the effect. Nothing like your mother-in-law standing over you, giving you your final, what do you call it? Your last grace, or whatever they call it. That was enough for me. So after that, they wheeled me out in a wheelchair. You gotta watch everybody here because they don't know what they're doing here. And you're supposed to signal leaving. And I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk the distance between two power poles here. But I made it. Okay, so this is where the knead and feeds is. I'll go in here first. Sewer blocks. Purple. So I'll be right back because I can't pause it. Alright. Well, that worked out real good. Let's go to Betty's house now. They had sued on for 10 for $1 each. And I've just bought, I says, my wife couldn't come with me, can I get 10 more? And she said, yeah. I thought that was really nice of her. Okay, so a few folks with masks and a few without. That's a nice truck for an old guy. I'd love an old truck for going over the hill. Something I could go down and check the beavers with without having to take Mom's Jeep. Somehow she got a pretty good deal on this. I ended up with the mower, the rototiller, and the snowblower. Oh, all my stuff does work. No, let's wait. Okay. Now, this is Dundonald Street. Could be called something else, but it was Dundonald. And down here on the left is Odell Park. Long ago, there was a farmer named Odell who gave his farm to the city as a park. Now, instead of keeping it the old-fashioned way, the city, in all their bright wisdom, decided that we've got to modernize some of the things that they have in there. And they've ruined the park in part. But it's kind of nice to have a piece of the Acadian forest right in the city for people to go and enjoy. A lot of people go jogging there, or they take their dogs for walks there. Nature walking and so forth. They had a couple of bears that went in there. A mother and a couple of cubs, they went and shot them because they couldn't get close enough to get a shot. Green light, let's go. Come on there, let's go. Oh, nice, they paved the hill here. It's kind of nice not coming into the city all the time. Because when they do upgrades on stuff, you get to see it. This is the city of the stately elm. And a lot of the elm trees are gone now because of the Dutch elm disease. Not nice, you Dutch people, for giving us a disease. So anyway, this is kind of like one of the main places in, I believe in North America, where they're trying to inoculate these trees against the Dutch elm disease to see if they can get them to survive. So we used to live down in here to the right, and I'll be going down there to drop off something. So let's turn right at the Honda dealership. Speed bumps. This place here is called Kelly's Court. There's a lot of retirees in here, and the court is pretty strict. You don't find it all junky or anything in here. People are respectful. Mostly it's a retired area. But it's not retirement only. We used to live on a place just up where those garbage cans are, just on the right. And this is called Zachary Loop. What the hell did you buy, Betty? Alright, be right back. Okay, that was easy. Alright. Suet, Dollarama, RBC, Princess Auto Car. Well, things are going pretty good here. Let's go see if I can find a Dollarama nearby. So we used to live here, and this is our friends Betty and Preston, but Preston sadly passed away in the spring, and he was the fellow that I built the memorial with all the fir trees up Lover's Lane, of which I've got to prune around them. Oh, somebody's got some furniture from Leon's. That furniture store has a sale on every day. Okay. Amazingly, some of these trailers are selling for a pretty penny. Somebody was saying $100,000 for one of these things, used. There we go. Okay, that's the last of the speed bumps. There used to be a sporting goods store there right up ahead. It's not there anymore. Then they used to sell fireplaces. And I'm not sure what they got in there now. So now we're going to head up to the old Fredericton Mall, which is closed down, and it's all box stores now. That's my dentist off on the right. One case of COVID-19 here, and we must be around 200 cases in total in the province. There's probably about a half a dozen under quarantine right now, or else self-isolation, or whatever they want to call it. So it's 12:27, and if Dollarama's open, geez, no cars in the car dealership anymore. It would be nice if we've got a couple of areas in Canada that the COVID is taking off again on the second wave. It sure would be nice if people would get their freaking crap together, start wearing the damn mask. It's got nothing to do with freedom. And let's get this thing knocked down. Keep the border closed. COVID-19 Assessment Center. Imagine that. So at least I know where to go. Worst time to hit the bank. And that's not the Dollarama. So let's take a look at the bank. Hey, Bubbles. Steam Wash and More. It's the nickname of the wife, Bubbles. Friggin' bank. Oh, good. There's no lineup. Come on, lady, let's go. Awesome, I get to park in here. Okay, that's the banks done. Okay, let's go to Home Depot and get a bag of cement or something. Go and talk to those guys now. Because I gotta fix where the darn dogs are. Digging out where the woodshed is. This stupid freaking thing. Alright. So now we're turning onto Regent Street off of Prospect Street for those that are following. Oh, I can go to the Dollarama maybe first. Let's see. Trying to avoid Walmart. Which is the shopping center off to the right here. This is called the Regent Mall. This is the only mall that's left in the city, I think. Well, there's Brookside Mall, but it's not much in there anymore. They've effectively killed malls. I don't know about the rest of the country, but they've killed malls here for sure. Okay. So we're going to go left here. A little bit of wind there. Okay, for freak's sakes, red light. Come on, let's go. Shake your leg there, boys. There we go. Okay, let's go over here. And there's Dollarama right there, so we kill that bird first. There's a lot of shopping getting done up here now, in this area. So here's the Dollarama, and I get to park right up front, right here. It's reserved. Okay, be right back. Okay. All right. One cutting board, but not what she wanted. So I got one. This was a glass one. She had some bamboo ones. Okay. Let's go and get some cement. Next. And then we'll go to Princess Auto. And then we'll go to Costco. it's hot in here. So, hang on. I'll be right back. Put the pup out of the sun. Alright, let's go. Let's go look at some cheap vices now. Alright. Boston Bruins. Imagine that. Alright, let's get it. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Now to Costco. Freaking hot in here, man. Put the air conditioner on here. Okay. It's freaking hot in here.